It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. I assume by now everybody has heard Drake's diss track. That reaction will already be up at the same time that you guys hear this. And Rick Ross has responded to it. Now, some people act like him responding so quick is like an automatic W. I don't necessarily feel that way. I give him respect for responding as quick as he did, but I'm personally cool with someone taking a couple of days, even a week or so, to like cook something up and then, return fire. Because then I feel like it's gonna be more uniform. It's gonna have more shit included in it. But for all I know, Rick Ross is about that life. Like some people are just about that life and they can turn around 2 hours later and just destroy somebody. I just don't know that I see Rick Ross as like a diss battle kind of guy. Even though some of his music is pretty good, that doesn't really translate to being able to do diss tracks, right? Just like every rapper can't really get into the battle leagues and win battles. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he's going to surprise me, but I don't have the highest expectations for this. So we'll see what happens with Officer Ricky, but I'm here for this whole back and forth diss track season shit. My man Drake starting the whole Royal Rumble is going to be a fun April. Let's just put it that way. Let's dive in. Let's find out.
Maybach music.
Fish tanks and marble floors, living big and bad. Niggas laugh until they hit with my official jab. Crack smoke is the exhaust from my pen and pad. Ghost writers, they get the floss, what you could have had.
Someone might think I'm crazy for saying this, but does this not have like, and I don't mean like he's on his level, because this is my favorite rapper I'm about to talk about, and I do not put Rick Ross next to him, no offense. But he sounds like he's using a Tupac style. Like I can't think of the song. There's a song that is relatively close to this that Tupac has put out. I'm almost positive. And part of it is the fact that he's got that voice. So it's got like that airiness to it almost. It can kind of like, it can almost come across in a preachy kind of way, which is exactly what Tupac used to do extremely well. But does it not have that feel to it a little bit?
Maybach music.
It's 100% a Pac style.
Fish tanks and marble floors, living big and bad. Niggas laugh until they hit with my official jab. Crack smoke is the exhaust from my pen and pad. Ghost writers, they get the floss, what you could have had. Record label taking a loss, are you in your bag? You a worker wanting the chart, don't make me laugh. Get the mind, tell by my watch, this a different time. Living fine, I'm getting high as your shit decline. Who believes he moving keys in his Louis V's?
Definitely. Who believes he getting key? Like that's like, yo, okay, all right. I'm not like taking shots at him for saying that he's using a Pac style. It does really give that feel to it though, which is why I think I've seen some people on Twitter say like, yo, it feels more like a diss track. And I think that's just because Pac is that guy. And when you kind of take an approach like he does, it hits in a certain way. But all right, now let's get to the actual lyrics now, because that it was driving me crazy. But as soon as I heard that part where he started to drag the words and kind of almost hit that Pac preaching kind of sound, like it's inevitably a Pac style. So this is dope actually. That actually makes it way doper to me.
Marble floors, living big and bad. Niggas laugh until they hit with my official jab. Crack smoke is the exhaust from my pen and pad. Ghost writers, they get the floss, what you could have had. Record label taking a loss, are you in your bag? You a worker wanting the chart, don't make me laugh. Get the mind, tell by my watch, this a different time. Living fine, I'm getting high as your shit decline.
So as far as what he said so far, like you a worker who wants to chart and stuff, but at the same time, I haven't done the research on this yet, but I would assume that Drake wouldn't say your top hits are because they were on songs with me. I'm guessing that that's a real thing. And if it is, I feel like it kind of takes away from a punch like that, in my own personal opinion. And there was something else that he had said as well.
I saw you in your bag, you a worker wanting the chart.
Hold up.
Record label taking a loss, are you in your bag?
Oh, the ghostwriter bar. There's a lot of people that really push this Drake has ghostwriters in every aspect. Like, and anything that he does, it's like, oh, if it was dope, it's a ghostwriter. And I'm going to be real with you. Like, he kind of did it to himself because of that situation. So I can't really defend him from that. But it's just wild to me that people really think that everything he does that's good is automatically a ghostwriter. I just hate that that's like such a thrown around term, not even just for Drake, for everybody. I had someone respond to me on Twitter, and maybe it was a joke and I just missed it, but he's just like, yo, the reason why we haven't got a Kendrick response yet is he's waiting for his ghostwriter to send it back to him. Like, people just use this term for anybody out there that does anything dope anymore. It's like, oh, it must be a ghostwriter. It's like, it drives me crazy. Like, Drake, before he ever got famous, before he ever had all this money, like, if you listen to him back when he was on like some mixtapes and shit, I'm talking like 2008, like when I first heard him and stuff, this man was cooking. Like, he could write. So it's upsetting to see like, yo, everything is a ghostwriter. It's like, no, this man is actually extremely talented. Now, is there a chance that like he just was like, yo, I want to put out more stuff, and I can't think writers, but whatever. And he went that route, which he shouldn't have went. As far as that whole Quentin thing, right? I think that was the guy's name. So he did it to himself, but I don't think that means everything is ghostwritten, and it's kind of annoying that everybody pushes that narrative.
He's in his Louis V's, run up on you and snatch your chain, watch you bitches bleed, feel the pain or just describe where you really ride. Either you niggas getting money or ready to die. B.I.G. or give a fuck if you Chi-Ali. You got it and you keep it tucked if you be by me.
I like the B.I.G. shout out, Ready to Die, as far as Biggie's album. And then he said, I don't care if you Chi-Ali. For anybody that does not know, Chi-Ali did jail time. I don't think he's still in jail. I'm assuming he's out by now, but maybe he's not. I don't know, because he killed somebody. I'm pretty sure he had shot someone. So he's kind of trying to say, like, listen, I wouldn't care if you Chi-Ali. Like none of that shit. Basically, it don't scare me, like literally at all. And this feels so much like a Pac approach. Just the way that he like, taking your chain, watch you niggas bleed.
Where you really ride. Either you niggas getting money or ready to die. B.I.G. or give a fuck if you Chi-Ali. You got it and you keep it tucked if you be by me. Do the job, better known as the Charles Schwab. Double R spread through the yard and I swear to God. Pop a perk for the field, go and count me a meal. Kill you niggas for free, do it all for the thrill. Niggas leaking their records when we speaking directly. If we keeping it gangster, when you see me, you check me.
I like that. I like that. If we keeping it gangster, then when you see me, you check me. It's like, that's cool. We doing all this diss track stuff. But if we gonna keep it 100 and you really feel this type of way, when you see me, like, say something. I like that. I like that.
White boy, I see you. I see you. Yeah. Check. Getting bullied, don't walk up on me cause the clip is fully. Niggas pussy don't wanna push me, I'm like, really, would he? Like his moves, but he never had a fight in school. Always ran, another nigga had to write your grooves. Flow was copy and paste, Weezy gave you the juice. Another white boy at the park wanna hang with the crew.
Now, as far as Rick taking shots at the ghostwriter stuff, I think that that's valid. As far as if you're going back and forth with someone, when I say that I'm tired of people talking about it, I mean more so just random people on Twitter acting like they know everything. When it comes to a diss track back and forth, if someone put themselves in a position where that's come out and you knew that it happened, even if it was just one track, let's say, like you got to spin that narrative like it's always happening, right? And I think that that's a good approach from Rick Ross. He also said, Weezy gave you the juice, you know, because Drake kind of came up under Lil Wayne, and you can argue that that was a big reason for him to start to get a lot of attention and be able to grow into the person that he became as far as one of the biggest artists ever. There was something else that he said too, though.
It's fully, niggas pussy don't want to push me, I'm like, really, would he? Like his moves, but he never had a fight in school.
Like his moves, but he never had a fight in school.
Always ran, another nigga had to write your grooves.
So he always ran to, yeah. So, and again, that kind of goes into the ghostwriting part, but it also kind of like seems like it alludes to like, you always run to somebody else to try to fight your battles for you. Like you're not really about any of that stuff.
Flow was copy and paste, Weezy gave you the juice. Another white boy at the park wanna hang with the crew. Pulitzer Prize winner, switching up like dyed denim. Get incentives for all the killings while we ride rentals. Look me right in my face, he beginning to shake. Told you niggas stay scheming, I predicted my fate. Got more money than you, fuck you want me to say. 50 mils for the crib, where you want me to stay. I can shoot up the block, I got bitches to pay. Let you DM my hoes, but got bitches you can't. Let you get on my songs, it was good for your face. Now bitch nigga is home, and no room for debate.
See, that's, again, that angle doesn't really work that right. Like he said, let you get on my songs, it was good for your face. Like basically like letting you get on my songs help make you look better. But again, if those songs are the songs that you've had chart the highest, then in reality, it's like he was really giving you something, right? It wasn't so much like in reverse. Right? Like, I just don't think that those bars are like the greatest approach to this.
Pop a perk for the field, go and count me a meal.
We got a hook,
Kill you
okay.
niggas for free, do it all for the thrill. Niggas leaking their records when we speaking directly. If we keeping it gangster, when you see me, you check me.
I do like that.
Maybach music.
I could rate that, putting that clip in there, but I would guess that if they were cool at one point, like that's why he said something like that. And I would assume that there's probably clips of Rick Ross saying good things about Drake too. So they could go back and forth with shit like that all day. That is a good play though, to throw something like that in the diss track. And that's something that, you know, it's why you got to be careful out here. Like you call someone a friend, you try to big them up and say these big things about them, and then next thing you know, you guys are at odds. That shit is gonna get used against you. It's inevitable.
You never want to be a nigga anyway, nigga. That's why you had operation to make your nose smaller than your father nose, nigga. I don't follow you, nigga, because you sent the motherfucking cease and desist to French Montana, nigga. You sent the police, nigga, hating on my dog project.
Did he first? Did he really get nose surgery to make his nose small? Is that like an actual thing? Is there like records of this? Does anybody know? Like that's interesting. And then he said that he sent a cease and desist to French Montana. But he said he's messing with his project. So I'm guessing that it's something to do with music, a cease and desist. Somebody explain it to me more down in the comments because I'm not completely sure. I don't keep up with a lot of this stuff.
That wasn't the same white boy that I seen, nigga, when we were making them early records, nigga. When you were happy to be around niggas, seeing niggas holding them sticks. Yeah. You old motherfucking son of your life, nigga.
Yo, you know what's funny is I can see Drake back in the day, like in the studio, around dudes that are really about that life and just being all giddy and happy to be there. Like, I can actually picture that.
Give Weezy some more money, nigga. Give Rap-A-Lot some more money, nigga. White boy. Yeah. Biggest.
He likes calling him white
Rose,
boy.
nigga. We can do it how you want to do it, where you want to do it, anytime you want to do it. I'm ready. I'm ready, white boy. Huh? I know you got your Dockers on with no underwear, white boy. Yeah, you had that surgery, that six-pack on. That's why you wearing that funny shit at your show. You can't hide it, nigga.
Wait, what? Wait, why is he saying, I know you got your Dockers on with no underwear? First of all, how do you know that? And why, wait, why is that a thing?
White boy.
I like this beat. This definitely gave Tupac vibes, though. And not to say that I think that Rick Ross is on Tupac's level, but just the style of it and shit like that. It 100% came from something that Pac has done before. But shout out to Rick Ross for the quick response. He had moments in it, but like, I don't know. I'm gonna be real. Anybody that's saying that this just outdid what Drake did, I think is just, they don't like Drake. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And you guys can give your reasons and all that stuff. Well, no. You could do all that in the comments. I mean, obviously music is subjective to an extent, but I would objectively say that Drake had a better diss track. And not to say that Rick Ross couldn't have came up with something better, but he also did do a quick turnaround. So you got to take that into account as well. But regardless, like, just think about it, right? At the end, he talks about how he sent a cease and desist to French Montana. And I feel like people are probably like, oh my God, what? and he got the nose job because he doesn't want to be black because he got his nose small. Like things like that. Why are you saying that at the end of the diss track as opposed to making that a part of it, right? Like, to me, it's cool when you say some shit at the end, right? Like, I loved Hit 'Em Up. Tupac talked a lot in Hit 'Em Up. Like, at the end, he said some madness, right? But a lot of that stuff was also kind of within the diss as well, and then he just kind of elaborated and just kind of was on an FU rant about everybody he doesn't like. But, like, just think about it like, if you do a diss track and I'm rapping, I say all this stuff in my rap, and then at the end, I say some of the most scathing shit. It's like, why was that not turned into part of the rap? That's where I'm trying to get at, right? Like, those were the bars. Like, you could have elaborated on the nose job thing in so many different ways amongst the track. You could have elaborated on the French Montana thing amongst the track, but it's almost like he just wrote a more, like, it had personals, but it was more generic and just kind of very straightforward and stuff. And then at the end, he said the shit that he wanted to say. And it just kind of, to me, feels like because he tried to have such a quick turnaround, he just couldn't come up with bars around those topics. So he's like, well, I still got to say it because it makes him look bad. And so I don't rate like the end of a diss where they talk as part of the diss, as part of the, oh shit, he got him because he said this, this, and this. Like, you've got to say it in the actual rapping part, right? Like, it's interesting what he said at the end, but I just don't think that it competes. And a lot of people are throwing some shade at Drake's diss. Like, oh, if this is what's good, hip hop is in trouble. This is horrible. And I'm blown away. I just feel like a lot of people don't like Drake. Like, I'm not even a huge Drake fan. I liked him early on. Like I said, I heard him back in 2008, like back when he was rapping. I don't really like all the melodic stuff, all this new shit that he does. I don't really follow his career or anything like that. But his diss track was good. It was filled with personals. And that, to me, is what makes a good diss track. Am I saying it's one of the best diss tracks ever? No, I wouldn't say that it's one of the best ever. But given the situation, I think that it's good. And if Kendrick comes back, it seems like he has more, because at the end of it, he even said, you know, don't, like, I know more than this. Like, don't make the demon come out. So I feel like even though it was a full-on diss track, it was still kind of like, hey, I got more shit. This is just, I'm going to take some shots at so many different people. I'm not going to dive into any one topic really deep. But if I have to, I will, kind of shit. So I think that there's more to come. I don't think he'll respond again to this Rick Ross shit. I would doubt it. Again, Rick did his thing, and it's cool that it kind of had that Tupac-esque feel, but I just don't think that it was anything worthy of like, yo, I've got to respond to this. I think that he's gonna wait. Kendrick drops something, and then we see a back and forth between them because I think Kendrick is gonna come with some heat. And for anyone that's like, yo, that Rick Ross shit is dope, da 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 da. Like again, it sounds good because he's got a cool voice, his flow, stuff like that. When Kendrick drops, if he drops, which I would hope that he does, I think you're going to notice a vast difference between what Rick Ross did and what Kendrick ends up doing. And then you're going to like, that's going to be what a diss track is. And then we're going to see this interesting back and forth. Now, am I saying Drake is going to beat Kendrick? I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm just saying though, that his diss track was legit. It had personals. And that is the biggest thing. This whole, like, the need for it to be double, triple entendres and stuff like that to me is stupid. Now, were some of the double and triple entendres that Kendrick had in his little, like, I don't want to say warning shot, but his shots that he took at Drake, like the whole K with a bunch of nines, like the Pet Cemetery bar, like that shit was dope because it had multiple meanings and it was kind of a crazy shot, so to speak. So like it was really dope, but it wasn't dope because it was a double, triple entendre, right? Like that's not why it was dope. It was dope because of the topic that it was kind of touching on. And what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. Like just dropping a triple is cool. It's dope. But to me, it'll never beat a personal. Now, if you do a personal bar that's also a double, triple, now we're talking like next level shit. But otherwise, to me, personals are always going to win. It's always going to win. So like if you're saying some shit and you find a creative way to tell someone that you banged their wife and that it actually happened, or you paint a narrative to where it feels like it actually happened, I think that that's doper than someone just saying a generic bar that has 3 different meanings. That's just my own personal opinion. I just think that shit hits way, way deeper, and I mean, who am I? Whatever. What do I know? But I stand by that. And I think that that's why a lot of the biggest diss tracks that you hear are very personal. Like Tupac's Hit 'Em Up. Someone was posting like the streams online on Twitter, and it had like the most streams of any diss track. And the reason why is not because it had a bunch of double, triple entendres. Like Pac didn't rap like that, but it was because it was very personal. Like first off, I effed your bitch, like you fat mother. You know what I'm saying? Like it was direct, scathing, and had personals and stuff that potentially could be true. And painted a narrative that it was true. And because of that, and just the overall feel of the track, it's rated as one of the best ever. And so that personal stuff is always going to hit harder. It's just the fact of life. So anyways, appreciate you guys. Let me know what you thought down below. We'll keep this going, hopefully, and dive into anything else that drops and go from there. So catch you in the next one.